Can you help me understand how equity and payment, how we would change payment or think about that sort of payment mechanism to incentivize equity as a equally important part of that discussion?
Yeah. So not to kind of be like a one-trick pony and keep saying it, there's multiple levels, but even when we think about payment, there are multiple levels, right? So what you're highlighting in some ways is coverage. How do we pay for or cover people's ability to get health insurance? Well, I think one of the challenges is once you cover people, you have to figure out what are you covering? And then is the delivery of those services the most cost efficient and high quality, right? And thoughtful that it can be. And so there are these levels, right? And then within those levels, you have specific payment models like bundle payments, et cetera. So they all play a role. They kind of fill out the environment, but I think it's important to think of those as multiple different perspectives. I think across them, though, I'd highlight a few principles. One is to set an intention to look at equity. And the reason I say that is that I think it's appropriate to say, I want to get the most proverbial bang out of the buck and the most quote ROI and the best quality gains out of any program. But I think there's been less attention to, do I get the most even bang for my buck? Are all the populations that I serve equally being beneficial? And if I was to get, 20 points of benefit in group A, but only 2 in group B, is that okay? I think that question hasn't been formally, codified in a way into policy and into evaluations in a way that I think it should be. So when I say intention, that's what I'm talking about, not just like this nice sentiment. I mean, really hard coding it to say, we will measure and we will evaluate the success or failure of payment programs based on whether the benefit was equal, right? Whether certain groups that we know are historically marginalized or at risk benefit from these programs. And so I think that's probably the most important thing.